the second lecture of week 2 of the online classroom session for Matra Super Plus program. That's perfectly fine, Suraj. There's nothing to apologize. I'm not sure if you remember, my name is Yash and I am your Matra mentor for today. It's good to see all of you all back, and I hope you're more at ease with the usage of English. Now, at Matra, we believe that language is like a muscle. मेहनत करोगे, कसरत करोगे, things will get easier, right? Exactly the same way when you play sports, you go jogging, you go walking, you exercise, your muscles get stronger. The pain you feel after exercising is supposed to be a sweet pain because it is needed. It helps you. And this is important to remain healthy. You also need to keep working at them regularly. If you exercise once a year, it's not going to work out, it's not going to help you. You might as well not do it. Language is exactly the same. You need to constantly work on it. If you know a language which you don't use, you will forget it. Example, let's take an example. School mein, instead of your second language, or sorry, your third language, you'll had the option of taking French, or you had the option of taking Sanskrit, or some such language, right? After 8th, 9th, 10th, or 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, after that, have you even touched it? Have you even looked at it? Have you even used it? No. So what then happens is you tend to start forgetting it. And you might understand a little bit here and there, but that's about it. And that is the reason for the constant reminders after every Matra learning video about the discussion board, about the practice banks, about the printable handouts. Most of you must be, I'm sure, क्या बोर हो रहा है, so you'll fast forward the video and jump to another part or jump to the end. However, you need to remember that practice will make you perfect. You have this great opportunity to learn an important skill. English at your convenience is in an easy and effective way. Now I say important skill because English is not even considered a language anymore. It is looked at as a skill that everyone must have to progress in. Today's Gyan giving is done. Let's begin today's class. Now, very quickly going through the guidelines. I'm sure all of you all are familiar with them. However, मेरा फर्ज बनता है बताना. Switch off your microphones and your camera. It will save bandwidth and you can use your data to watch YouTube later. Please keep a notebook and pen next to you to write down any points. Do not use the raise hand feature in Google Meet because I will ignore you. You all are 66 of you. You all are Anek. I am Ek. So it might become a little hard for me to kind of pay attention. If you're not in the classroom or if you find that you have got kicked out, click on the link. हम यही रहेंगे इसी समय इसी वक्त for the next 90 minutes. So I'm sure you all will enjoy yourselves in the next 90 minutes. If you get kicked out, just click on the link and come right back. And it will help if you pin me as a speaker to enjoy the lecture. To pin me as a speaker, I'm sure you already know this, but I'm just repeating myself. Look for the Matra Super Plus icon with the name Matra YL. Tap on the 3 dots next to it to get the pin icon. And that should pin me as the speaker on your screen. That way you'll be able to participate in the activities better and watch the videos easily. Also, for those of you all who are camera shy, I am letting you all know that this session is being recorded. आपका सुंदर चेहरा दिखेगा नहीं, but everything else is being recorded as well as the chat transcript. This is as per our agreement between the university and Matra. So please, let's keep things all clean and all clear. Now, don't forget your attendance. That is the most important, right? The classroom code is important for your attendance, and I will give it to you when we are filling the information in section 1 of the form. Submission of the practice MCQ for session 2B is what is going to be taken as your attendance. If you don't submit it, you don't get attendance. If you submit it and you submit it correctly, you will be marked present. So please don't leave the classroom till the end of the lecture. And the most important, listen, participate, and enjoy. Now that we have finished the guidelines, let's begin. Now, We'll begin today's session with our learning videos. We will work on the usage of some words in English which are there in every other sentence, but we don't have an equivalent of them in any of our Indian languages. And this makes the usage of these words difficult in English. We tend to overuse them or drop them. There are three such words that I'm talking about. Can you guess what I'm talking about? Jago, Mohan Pyare, or Shivam Pyare, Suraj, Shivam, Ambika, someone, no one, everyone's gone to sleep. Okay, the three words that we're going to be talking about are no, nothing. A, and the. There is no equivalent of them in our native languages. The closest one can get is the word ek or is one or ek in Hindi. Let's take a look. If I were to say a book, the translation of this, if I were to do it in Hindi, it would become ek kitab. If I were to say an elephant, it would become ek hathi. Or if I were to say the house, the closest translation instead of saying ek would probably be Varghar. Let's watch a video to understand how to use these words correctly. The first one we'll be watching is about a and an.
In English, usually when we talk about a single or specific person, place, thing, it must have the word a, an, or the before it. This can be a bit difficult, as most of our native languages do not have an equivalent of this. In the process, dropping this word makes the sentences in English completely wrong. A or an is used when you talk about any person, place, thing, and not a specific person, place, thing. If I say, we took him to hospital, it may sound alright, but we took him to a hospital, or we took him to the hospital nearby is the correct way to say it. A or an shows any hospital. The means a specific hospital, the one nearby. Now, a little focus on a and an. A letter, a file, an appointment, an office. A is used right before the words starting with all the letters other than vowels. And the words that start with letters like A, E, I, O, and U take the word an before them. I am going for a meeting this evening. Would you like to have a cup of coffee? Harry wants a career in advertising. He is a foreigner in France. He has an automatic car. An engine leads the train on the tracks. Isha has an umbrella. I can send you an image on WhatsApp. A is replaced by an when it is followed by a word with a vowel sound. So, while this is most often A, E, I, O, or U, it could also include some words that begin with H, where H is silent. It's an honor to be rewarded by you. The secretary does an honorary job. He is an honest man. A, or an may even mean the number 1. I have a son. I ate an orange. I am looking for a pharmacy. Come over to Matra's discussion boards and get clarifications. Do a quick Matra MCQ practice exercise and reinforce your learning.
Ranjini is asking, which is correct, complete my graduation this year. I complete my graduation this year. See, the thing is, what are you trying to say? I complete my graduation this year. I complete a graduation this year. I complete my graduation because it's related to your personal achievement, right? Or another good way of saying this is I graduate this year. So there's no need to say complete. However, please reserve your questions towards the end of the session. It takes away or breaks the flow of our present session. All right. So now that you've watched the video, it's fairly simple. If the word begins with an A, E, I, O, or U, which are vowels, you use an, and you use A for all the others. But you know, English is a funny language. You always have little naughty children. Like, for example, I have Shivam here or Ranjini here who are little naughty. I'm just joking. They always have exceptions. We always have some things which are little hatke. A and an are also like that. Let's look at places where the rule is broken to make the sentences correct. The next video is on this.
There are some words which begin with a vowel, but we still use a before them and not an. If you notice, though these words begin with the vowel U, the sound of the first letter is that of the letter Y, which is y. University, unicorn, uniform, united country. So, since it is not the sound of a vowel, we say a university, a unicorn, a uniform, a united country. Some more examples are a European, a 1 rupee coin, a one-way road, a unit, a useful metal, a euro. And there are some words which do not begin with a vowel, but they take an before it, because the word has a vowel sound. An honest man, an MLA, an NGO, an MA degree, an heir, an honorable person, an LBW, an SUV. These take an because the words begin with the sound of a vowel. These examples show that the sound of the first letter of the word is important to decide whether a or an should be used. Practice, practice, practice. It's the Matra mantra. We look forward to your contributions on Matra's discussion boards. Practice what you have learned with Matra MCQ practice banks. Matra's printable handout is available for this video.
All right, my Utsahi Bachcho, we have a couple of questions in the chat. What we're going to do is we're going to address them towards the end. I've made a note of the questions. I'm just letting you know that we will address them at the end of the session. Would that be all right? Okay. Now, now that you've watched the video again, you agree that English is quite a strange language, but we're here to master it. We're here to make it easier for you by getting used to listening to the correct usage. So let's practice some of these exceptions together. A uniform, an umbrella, an SOS signal, an hour, a used plate, an LG fridge, a US citizen, an NIT student. Now let's take a look at each of these words individually. The first one, a uniform. Now you will come back and say, but sir, this starts with you. What is this? Although the word starts with you, listen to the sound. Listen to what the sound is coming out. Does it sound like a oo or does it sound like a u? Because the letter u is used to make a sound oo, like how you would have in Hindi a, e, I, u. So that is what u refers to. However, when we pronounce the word uniform, what we are जो हम उच्चार रहे हैं, that is y, uniform, right? So if imagine you were to write this in Hindi, you would write y u ki matra. The fact that you've written y means it is not a vowel anymore and it's taken on a sound of y, which is why you would use a uniform and not an uniform. Repeat after me, a uniform. Next, an umbrella. Now over here, again, what is the sound? Yes, it starts with a U, but the sound that we're pronouncing or we're expressing is umbrella, right? So because we're starting with the it's from the A, E, I, O, U or A, I, E, U, U sound bracket, which is why we use an umbrella. Next one, an SOS signal. Now you'll say, but sir, this is S, then how do you have taken an? Sound. It all boils down to the way it sounds. SOS. So it sounds like eh. So eh is again from I, E, I, U, I, right? Exactly, Rohit. You've written in Hindi. I can't type in Hindi. So because it's taking on so which is why it is the sound of a vowel, and therefore we are taking an. It will be an SOS signal. Next one, an hour. Now this is a simple one. In the last sessions, we have covered silent letters, where H is a silent letter in a couple of words. Honest, hour, right? Because it's silent, the first letter that we are pronouncing is O, hour, which is why it's an hour. Next one, a used plate. Now, this is exactly the same like uniform, used, uniform. So, year, the sound is year, which is why it's a and not an. Next, an LG fridge. L, again, it's a in this sound, right? Like SOS or LG, because you're starting with a, so which is why it takes on this the article an. Next one, a US citizen. Year, US. So because it's a year sound like uniform or used, again, it takes on an A. And the last one, an NIT student. Again, N is A, so which is why it takes on an NIT student. Awesome. Now that is how we usually cover A and an. Practice these in the worksheets, and I'm sure you'll find it much easier to get your answers correct. Now, an SOS signal, an LG fridge, an NIT student. If you were to spell the letters M, S, L, N, F. If you had to spell it out in English or even Hindi, like how Tech Rohit said S, right? It always begins with the sound E or the letter E as you see here. So M is EM or ES or EL or EN or EF because that is how it is to be pronounced. Since the sound for M, S, L, N, F begins with a, all abbreviations with these letters take on the word "an" before it. An SOS signal, an LG fridge, an NIT student. These are again the exceptions or the naughty children to the rule of usage of a and an. Now, another similar word in the same category as a and an is the word the. Again, this does not have an equivalent in our mother tongue, so we often drop it or we add it in places where it's not required. Let's watch a Matra lecture video together explaining the importance of the.
We use the when we are talking about one specific person, place, thing. This means that the mall that you are talking about is one particular mall and not just any mall. The teacher will be here shortly. Here, the sentence is talking about one teacher in particular. So, the is used before it. But if we say, a teacher will be here shortly, we mean that any teacher, not a particular one, will be here soon. Let's look at some more examples using the. This is the tallest building in the town. The senior citizens need special care. The players lost the match for the third time. Smita is looking at a calendar on the wall. The onions are cut for the salad. An accountant looks after the balance sheet. Deepa wrote an article for the college magazine. The sale ends in August. It is very pleasant on the terrace in summer. A lot of people make mistakes in the usage of the. I am going to the home. I am going home. She uses the Facebook every day. Facebook is the name of a company, and so we don't need to use the before the name of any company or brand. She uses Facebook every day. Good night, everyone. I am going to the bed. Good night, everyone. I am going to bed. We are visiting the Lucknow next month. We are visiting Lucknow next month. Similarly, when we talk about any language, the should not be used. I am learning the French. I am learning French. At the same time, dropping or missing the word the also makes it wrong in other sentences. Please give me pen. Please give me the pen. He is going to market. He is going to the market. My grandmother takes a nap in afternoon. My grandmother takes a nap in the afternoon. It is very cold early in morning. It is very cold early in the morning. Here are some more examples to understand where we use the word the and where it is dropped. Like, the French have a different accent. A Dutch person is one who is from Holland. An Indian citizen has a blue passport. However, if we are talking about people of a certain country, we do use a and the. Names of persons, places, things don't take a and the before them. Ramesh came to my house. Ravi Shastri is a cricket commentator. Jaipur is a beautiful city. Jaya will give the bag to me. This book belongs to Peter. Remember, a and an can only be used for one person, place, thing, while the can be used for both one and many. A girl, a girls, an apple, an apples, but the girl, the girls, the apple, the apples. A and the. These are very important words in a sentence while speaking or writing English. Though this can be a bit confusing, it can still be mastered, and the only way is to practice, practice, practice.
Ask your questions on Matra's discussion boards and help everyone learn in the process. Do a quick Matra MCQ practice exercise and reinforce your learning. Matra's printable handouts are your reference for more learning.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to practice a paragraph using these three words. When we come to the blank, please write your answers in the chat box. अगर आप सो गए हैं, please जाग जाइए. अगर आप break पे गए हैं, please come back. We are going to do this session together, or we're going to do this paragraph together. I hope you are all awake and ready for this, right? So, my mother is an English teacher. Very good, Ankit Rajan. I am a student. So a whole bunch of you all are getting it right. It's not an, it's a. When I get home from school, I watch dash programs on TV. I watch the programs on TV. Very good, Sonam. Very good, Shivam. That's dash best part of my day. That's the best part of my day. Dash programs I watch. Very good job, Shivam. Chandan. The programs I watch are for what's going to be here? Are for dash children. It won't be a, the, nothing. It'll be blank. You don't need to add a the here. The programs I watch are for children. I am dash child. Good job, Pankaj. I am a child, so I think they are funny. I am dash little excited because I'm a little excited. Devashish, good job. Because it's Friday. That's it. There needs to be blank. Very good, Sakshi. There are dash lot of good shows on TV today. There are a lot of good shows. Dash one I usually watch begins at 3:30. Good job, Pradeep. The one I usually watch begins at 3:30. It's about animals. There's no the. Ashish and Prince and a whole bunch of you said the. It won't be the. It has to be. You don't need to put anything there. Also, I'm excited today because my mother is making rice for dinner. Again, it's blank. Good job, Sakshi. Sakshi manages to get all the blanks correct. Later, after eating dinner and doing my homework, I will go to my room and read Ankit Ranjan, very good. It's a. I will read a book for 30 minutes. Then I will turn off dash light and go to dash bed. I will turn off. Ashutosh, good job. Yes, I will turn off the light and go to dash bed. Rajan again, correct. It is Mansi Chandra also says blank. It's going to be blank. I go to bed. Okay, so what we're going to do now is let me read the full paragraph together. My mother is an English teacher. I am a student. When I get home from school, I watch the programs on TV. That's the best part of my day. The programs I watch are for children. I am a child, so I think they are funny. I am a little excited because it's Friday. There are a lot of good shows on TV today. The one I usually watch begins at 3:30. It's about animals. Also, I'm excited today because my mother is making rice for dinner. Later, after eating dinner and doing my homework, I will go to my room and read a book for 30 minutes. Then I will turn off the light and go to bed. So, like I said, this requires a certain amount of practice. Please use the practice banks of these videos as much as possible. If you practice 20 sentences a day, you will master its usage in 2 weeks. And you all know that correct usage is as easy as learning. Song, constant listening to it is going to make you familiar with it. Exactly, Ankit. Just as easy as Despacito. Alright, now with this song in mind, let's go on to something else that is big on the internet today. Networking. It's very important in today's world, and you all know that. To help us stay connected, we have all sorts of messaging services and social media. If you want to connect, you have, or if you want to network, you have YouTube. You have Instagram, which is popular with most of you. For short ways of expressing opinions or messages, you have Twitter. Facebook is another medium. LinkedIn is for professional networking. Behance is for designers. There are platforms for engineers, coders, people who seek questions, people who want answers. There are all sorts of groups. You can network on all these sites. But again, effective networking is what will be your advantage. Let's watch a video to see the do's and don'ts of networking and see how you can make it work to your advantage in your career. Exactly, Nishant. Quora is another one.
In the business world today, networking plays a very important role. Business communication has become more casual over time. However, there are some networking rules which must be followed lest you offend someone and lose a brilliant opportunity. Networking in person. You must have a firm handshake. A limp handshake gives a terrible impression. Make direct eye contact. Introduce yourself with your name clearly and say what you do in one sentence. Always stand during introductions. Never point at someone else during a conversation. Speak clearly and slowly and use the correct words in a polite manner. Make your contribution interesting and brief. Let people complete what they are saying before you ask a question. Keep your phone on silent, keep it away and do not look at it. Follow up with a line on email or a message within 48 hours saying how you enjoyed the interaction. Connecting with people on social media. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter are used very often these days as a follow-up to a business meeting or networking event. Though almost everyone has at least one of these accounts, there is a code of conduct and manners to be followed here as well. A clear profile picture always helps when you connect for business reasons on social media. Ensure that you have a consistent profile across all social media networks. Please personalize your request instead of using standard formats that the medium or site might have. Introduce yourself with your name and a brief reference to where and when you met, and thank the person for her or his time on that occasion. Please use full words and sentences and completely avoid SMS language and popular short forms. Do not send mass messages to the person, even if you have interacted after that. Do not send requests for likes and promotions. Keep the interaction formal. Do not add people to groups or lists without their individual permission. Social media is a wonderful tool to connect and network, but we must understand the reason for connection and keep the interaction as per the nature of the relationship. By doing so, you will make the most of this brilliant medium. Matra's discussion boards, an interesting place to learn more. More information in Matra's printable handout on this topic. Download it now.
Now, keeping these points in mind, let's get a printable handout from this video, go through it carefully. Let's pay attention to the details and make sure that this reflects your manners and attitude. Now that we've finished with networking, let's focus on some pronunciation. Here's a screenshot of all the words from the pronunciation video from week 1. In the last few sessions, we have done 4 words each time. So let's take another 4 words. We make mistakes when we pronounce these simple words. Let's go through a few of them. The first one that we're going to do is probably. Now, a lot of people say probably. It's not probably, it's probably. Also, remember we had spoken about how in English we place emphasis on a part of the word. In this one, it's going to be the first part of the word. It's prob. Prob as in problem, but not pro as in professional. So it's probably. Repeat after me. Probably. Next one. Sworn. You remember we had done the word sword. S-W-O-R-D, where W is silent. So we say sword. However, in sworn, the W is pronounced. So it will be sworn. Also, it is not swan. So swan is not correct. It's swan. Shiv Shankar, what you have written will get pronounced as swine. So swine is completely incorrect. I think you've forgotten your Oki Matra. Okay, so it's swan. Next one. Measure. Now you'll tell me, sir, but measure we pronounce correctly. No, the reason we're highlighting measure is because in Hindi or our native language, we don't have zh. We have ch, ch, j, jh, no, right? So there is no soft zh. So it's measure. Tech Rohit says swan. It's not a, it's o. Swan. If I'm not mistaken, there will be o ke liye would be Chandra. Right, Devashish? Swan. That is how it's going to be phonetically pronounced, but that's not the spelling. Otherwise, next thing I know, everyone is writing SWON. Okay, so measure is a light zh, which we don't have in our native language. As I said, we have ch, ch, j, jh. Next one, resume. Now, all of you all know what a resume is, and sooner or later you will be working on preparing one for yourself. Every time that there is a E with a little dundee on top, it gets pronounced differently because this word comes to us from French. So it's resume, and a, depending on the dundee. So resume. Without those tone marks or without those accents, in English we would read this as resume, which is a completely different word and means to restart. So repeat after me, resume. Now, through Matra's course in the last week, you will get tips to create your own resume. With this, we're done for the videos of the day. Today's MCQ practice is going to be on the videos that we watched together. And the. And you'll again see how easy it is to correct the basic mistakes and make correct usage a habit, even without thinking. I'm going to paste the link in the chat box. Resume. Yes, Saurabh. Sorry, it takes me a minute to read Hindi, but I get it finally. Okay, so I've put the link in the chat box. Those of you all who have done this in the past, you'll know how to proceed, right? So click on the link, section 1, personal information, email, name, university registration number, branch, semester. Please choose your college from the drop-down list. For those of you who Utsah mein behke, you'll start typing Gamil, Gamil, Gnail. Please check your email. अगर आप गलत email डालोगे, you will not get your score and we will not be able to mark you for correctly. So please make sure that you're checking all the details, not Gamil, not Jan. Check your own email address as well.
Okay, students, since many of you have completed the practice session, I just would like to step in and answer some of the questions that came up with the usage of, my graduation or graduation. So like sir mentioned to Ranjani Kumari, I complete my graduation this year or I complete her graduation this year. Pretty much depends on the context, on how what you are saying and in the circumstances. In a way, both of them are correct, but I complete my graduation this year is more correct than I complete a graduation in most cases. But I complete a graduation again is not wrong. It depends only on the context. Shivam Kumar says, I will complete my BTech after 2022 or I will complete a BTech. The video very, very clearly says it is a BTech. You don't say my BTech. It is not my bachelor's degree. It is a bachelor's degree. But it is your certificate and your graduation. So there it will become I complete my graduation but not my BTech. You hear a lot of people saying I'm going to study for my MBA. It is not my MBA. The master's is not yours. The master's is given from the university. These are very small things, but the thing is that we are teaching you correct usage. You can continue saying that I'm going to do my MBA, I'm going to do my BTech. Everybody will understand you, but at least you are aware that yes, it's not correct and someone might not be able to understand you. Then we go on to the another question which came from Vishal Sinha. I have completed my graduation this year. Yes. Well, supposing now you're graduated in August and in December you're saying it, then you'll say, I have completed my graduation. But if you are in the month of April and you're going to graduate in August, then you can say, I complete my graduation this year, like Ranjani Kumari said, or again, you can say, I will complete my graduation this year. So I hope this clarifies all your questions. Thank you very much. Very interesting questions. Keep them coming. And I hope you all are making the most of Matra Super Plus program. Thank you.
Saurav Kumar, really you're asking for the link 5 minutes before? No, not even 3 minutes before? Like you only came for attendance, no? बस दिल तोड़ो मेरा तुम. Adarsh, thank you so much. I just need more people like you. Saurav, I'm just teasing you. I'm sure you've already submitted it. We're just kind of playing because otherwise there's 1 more minute. Time pass कैसे करेंगे? Correct? कि सब अंडे लेके आने वाले हैं. All 0 0 marks. All right, with that, time is done. Suraj, see, exactly, that's what, you didn't study anything. Then how you can expect marks? Okay, so now that you all have received your, you should have received your score on your screen when you click submit. You will receive your answers or you will receive your scores in your email address on Wednesday. So you can check the answers again later to see where you'll have gone wrong, what you'll need practice in, and once you'll identify the areas of concern, you'll be able to fix it. But this is all provided you have put in the correct email address. Go to the videos, use the practice banks for all of that. All right. The link to this form is going to close at the end of the lecture. So if you miss it, you're not going to get attendance. A whole bunch of y'all are saying no anda, all full marks. Very good. Vishal says offline se zyada number aata. Okay. All right. Now, today's activity is jumbled words. There will be a list of words given to you, which will all be jumbled. You have to find out which word it is and put the correct word in the box. Okay. For the first round, it's trial. So there'll be words given to you, which are all mixed up. I'll just take you through the format. For example, this is the first word. What do you think the word is? डालिए chat box में आपके उत्तर. Fastest finger first. देवाशीष ने डाला X. X का क्या करूं मैं? Example, that is right. Ankit Ranjan, Mansi Chandra, Anayatur Rahman, all of you all. Very, very good. Yes, the answer is example. Right? So this is the way it will appear. Now you see a red box around the letter M. So there are going to be 6 words, and all the 6 words, there'll be 1 letter or 2 letters which are highlighted in red. You will have to make a 7th word from these 6 highlighted letters. Might sound a little confusing, but let's do the first round and you'll understand it in the next sentences. कौन सा mountain बना रहे हो? Shiv Shankar, Baba, which mountain? Ankit says maple. What? What are you talking about? No, wait. Let's explain this once again. All 6 words are going to be different. I have just shown you the format or the template. Each of them is going to be a different jumbled word, which you all will solve and write the answers in the respective lines. In those 6 lines, there are going to be corresponding 6 highlighted letters. Those highlighted letters will come together to make a 7th word. Let's do a trial round and you all will understand what I'm talking about. Okay? Now the first one. ये क्या चीज है? आंसर डालिए चैट बॉक्स में. That's right, Atul. Basket. Fantastic. Okay, next word is pari hu main. That's all the hint I'm giving you. That's right, it's fairy. What is the next one? Now, the next one is has two correct answers, and both of them are fine because the highlighted letter is going to remain the same. So, what is this? Sleep. Perfect. Or Sakshi, even you are right, it's peels or sleep. So there are two options to this. However, it is going to keep the highlighted letter the same, which is going to be E. Next one. What is this? That's right. Someone said women. It is only woman. Look at the letters available. There's no E. So it's woman, not women. Okay. Next one. What is this? That's right. It is tower. All of you are getting wrote. As I said, there are two correct options in this. So the one that we're looking for is tower and not wrote. Next one. What is this word? What is sensor? Atul. Spelling. Sensor board ka spelling is different. That's right. The answer is screen. जो आपके मोबाइल पे बहुत सारे टूटे हुए हैं, that is the one. Okay, so now you see all the highlighted letters, right? So what is the seventh word? Chandan got it right. It's monkey. Adil, Sonam, Sakshi, Vivek. Oh my God. All of y'all have got it right. It is monkey. So you'll have understood how this game works, right? That's a fun round. Let's go. Round two. Fatafat. First one. What is this? State. That's right. The other option to this is taste. So there are two correct answers to this, taste or state. Okay, and irrespective, it's still going to keep T as the correct highlighted letter. Next one. E ka hai. Less. Aditya Kumar, very good. Next, what is this? Else or less, both are correct, but the one that we're looking for is less. What is this? Anyone? That's right. Yes. Praveen, what have you typed? It's letters or settler. So there are two correct options available here. The one that we were looking for is letters. Next one, what is this? Is either board or broad. It won't be abroad because there is no extra A for you to play abroad. Okay, so it's either broad or board. Both of them start with a B, so that's perfectly fine. What is the next one? Going. Very good. Uma Sindhuja. Very good. What is the last one? Gogging. Baba, spelling mistakes. We had all remember we had done a session on this. Always spell check what you're typing. ये ताली क्या है? Tail. Okay. Now, what is the word that we're making out of this? What is the seventh word? That's right, it is bottle. Good job, Devashish. Spelling was wrong, but yes, it is bottle. Very good. Chalo, next one. Next round. What is this? Subject. Very good. Next one. Shreya Lakshmi. Very good. Yes, it is subject. Prince Kumar. Yes. This one is cone. Once is also correct, but the word that we are looking for is cone. Next one. Ankit Ranjan. You are right. You are absolutely right. Next one. I like how jumbled words are not like a challenge for you guys at all. Like this stuff takes me time because I'm not very good at jumbled words. What an idea, Sarji. Next one. What is the next one? Train. Very good. Next. What is the sixth word? Phoebe. Phone. Phone is correct, not Phoebe. And what is the seventh word that we're making? Good job, Sushmita Kumari. Sonam Singh. Very good. What is the seventh word now? कहाँ चले गए सब? ये सेक्टर क्या होता है? Caster is right, but it's not the word we're looking for. Sonam Kumari, rockstar. Do you really see that many letters to see rockstar? Our answer is actors. Having said that, Manish Kumar, caster is correct as well, but it's not the word we're looking for over here. The word that we're looking for is actors. Mansi Chandra, yes, it's caster or actors. Chalo, round 4. खेलने के लिए तैयार. What is the first one? What is Krato? Pradeep Kumar is just doing matka now. What is the first word here? Common. Shiv Shankar Kumar. Very good. Next one. ये कौन था? Monoko. That's right. Trip. Good job. Next one. Raja Babu. Very good. Uma Sindhuja. Very good. It's all trip. Next one. What is the next one? Party. That's right. It is a party. What is the next one? Manisha Kumari, Sushmita, Tekrohit. Yes, Tekrohit. It is list or slit, not tiles. But tiles is right. How are you getting How are you getting tiles out of this? There is no E for tiles. It's either slit or list. Chalo, next one. This one is easy. This one even I got. That's right. It's speak. Next, sixth word. Speak or peaks, but the word that we're looking for right now is speak. That's right. Office. And the seventh word that we are making out of all of them is let's see who does fastest finger first. That's right, Devashish. It is police. Very good, Devashish. Chalo, round 5. E का चीज है. Harsh Ranjan, yes, that was police, but we already moved to the next round. What is this? Anand Kishore has answered. First, it is normal. What about the next one? Snehi Isha also says normal. Yes, everything is normal. Yours, and so how did you get yours? Why? Where is a U in this? It's sorry. Next one. Exactly, Mansi. It is sorry. Arey re, leader, spelling. Where is the A in this? What? कहाँ? English is dying. आपके spelling देख के I am crying. It is elder. Elder is correct. What is the next one? That's right, Sakshi. It is cheek. Next one. Fake. That's right. And the sixth one. A fake फटाफट type करने को होता है ना because only 4 letters are there. So that's why so many answers are coming. Yes, it is Navy. Saurav Kumar. Very good. That's right. What is the seventh word that we're making out of all of these? Sakshi says farmer. That is right. What is farmy? Everyone who got farmer, you all are right. The other option to this is framer, which is also correct. All right. So just like this, there are many apps that you can play jumbled words on. Jumbling is one good app. If you'd like to play more, there are all kind of activities that will really help you with language, vocabulary, and spelling. Just to let you know that this is not a product placement ad. I am not going to get any commission because we're recommending this. Exactly, Tech Rohit. This is not a sponsored ad. This is basically something that would help you. If you don't do it also, it's all completely up to you. It's just a fun way to learn language and just kind of play more games. I really enjoy these rounds, and it always surprises me as to how quickly you all manage to do jumbled words, because jumbled words I have difficulty with usually. Not because I don't know the words, more because my brain doesn't process jumbled words that way. But your participation was amazing, and I hope you all are feeling even more comfortable with vocabulary and comprehension. Now, Vishesh Tippani time. So, language has 4 parts: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And you need to work on all these aspects to improve your language. We've covered tips on reading and speaking. So, we'll do some tips on writing skills today. We are all writing a lot because messaging is a big part of our lives. Taking care of those small things, like, who was it? Ranjani Kumari had some spelling mistake, right? It's these small things like spellings and correct usage when you write. Again, I'm just joking. I'm just making fun because, well, there is always speed when we're typing here. But the self-practice written assignments on the website are a good place to get writing practice as well. Practice correct usage in the practice banks. When you participate in college activities, try and work on the written material. Take part in activities and our online lectures by sharing answers in the chat box. It may be a bit of effort to write, but like everything, it gets easier with practice. That I promise you. With that, do you have any questions for me? Anyone? No one? Okay, thank you, Tata, bye-bye. I'm just joking. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. Achha, now you'll have no questions. When I'm doing a session, in the middle of that, you'll always have questions. Thanks, Tech Rohit. But seriously, do none of you all have questions? You'll always post your questions in the middle of the session. और जब question answer session होता है तभी that time segment होता है तभी no questions come. कहाँ गए सब? अच्छा, no questions. All right. If there are no questions for me, please continue using the Matra website, use all the practice resources, and continue watching all the videos. Certificate reminder. सभी आपकी हाय